Black lipstick. I wandered out the nightclub. Now, where's my buddy Ben? I found the girl with black lipstick, but couldn't find my friend. I couldn't focus very well, but decided I should grope the girl who had black lipstick on, who was walking up the slope. And I think I may have told her that she could spend the night if she helped me stagger to my house and got me home all right. I collapsed a lot along that path and threw up on the floor. I fell into a log bin and called someone a whore. I sobered up a little and realised what I'd said, so stated, "I'm sorry, I am afraid you can't sleep in my bed. So sorry that I lied to you and that I promised you could stay, but how about me and you go in that alleyway?" And before I'd finished suggesting it, she was there, lying on the ground, with her skirt hitched up around her waist and her knickers down. So I tried my best to shag her, but the alleyway was small. I'm not sure how I managed to do anything at all. Eventually I gave up and wanked into her hair, then chucked some money at her for her taxi fare. And when I woke up in the morning, I began to cough and wheeze. And when I tried to get out of bed, I couldn't move my knees. I didn't really want to look, but moved the sheet away. Where once there had been lovely skin, there now was grit and hay. But the fact I had no knees left, and the fact it fucking hurt, paled in comparison to the damage of my shirt. My new designer YSL that cost £100 now had a burn hole in it, 10 centimetres round. Then I remembered, in the nightclub, when I called that cunt a liar for chucking water over me because he said I was on fire. Now my shirt's completely ruined, my knees replaced with scabs. I wish I never gave that slut the money for her cab. The 52-year-old. We had spent all of our money, so out the pub we came. But to go home prematurely would surely be a shame. When on the beach below us, foreign students were sat drinking. Me and Ben saw them there, and then we got to thinking, maybe we should sit with them down upon the beach. I'm sure they'll give us both a beer, maybe a couple each. We went and drank their alcohol, exactly how we'd planned, then spent the next 3 hours crawling in the sand. And as the night grew older, most of the students went away, apart from one called Henry, who decided he would stay, which meant he got to witness a woman with no dress come walking up towards us. She was looking slightly stressed. She said, "Hello boys, I want to swim, but worry I may drown." "Don't worry, love, my name is Ben, a lifeguard from this town." My friend Ben was not a lifeguard, but he was a funny man. He liked the look of this old bag, and he'd formed a cunning plan. The lady and the German, and indeed my good friend Ben, ran in the sea, ran out the sea, and then ran in again. We sent the German packing. He waved a last goodbye. Auf Wiedersehen. The woman's dry bits were now wet, and her wet bits were now dry. So Ben began to shag the woman, because she'd been playing with his nuts. And all of this was going on behind the ice cream hut. Now, I could have sparked the joint I had and stood there like a hippie, but instead I pulled my trousers down and got out my Mr. Whippy. She sucked me off while shagging Ben until she felt a splat, which wasn't from a seagull, I'm pretty sure of that. Eventually me and Ben decided we should bail. Shagging a 52-year-old we thought would make a funny tale, so we left her there behind the hut and ran off, covering our winkles. At least the spunk I left on her face would moisturise her wrinkles. Good Stephen, the nurse. Ben has a sort of brother. His name is Steve, the nurse. He too will pop up now and again in this book of comic verse.